We are here at Caffeine and Octane Lanier Raceway, and I am giving some of my friends a taste of the car trek experience. Doug Tabbitt is turning 40 years old this year. I'm turning 40 years old this year. Arnie Tillman's turning 50. Ben Wilson of the C2C Express is turning 50. A lot of people have big birthdays to celebrate, and so this week we are going to go around to a variety of driving events, but our first one is an autocross here at Lanier. And I am not going to be doing the driving. I have brought not the Stig, but the Stig's 10-year-old racing acquaintance. He's met Ben Collins a couple of times. He might be my son, but he's going to be driving the Audi TT from Car Trek. Second gear. Nice. All right, now we don't have to do any more shifting. All we're doing is steering. There you go. Nice. Now we're going to go past him and around. Nice, all the way to the right. Good job. All right, nice and hard. Woo! Good job, dude. All right. Go, Graham. Yes. Nicely done. More turning. There we go. Ah, all the way turn. Ah, oh, sliding, Graham. Good job. So we had a blast, some really fast times, some cars that are already nearly broken with a whole lot of miles to go. But how did you enjoy the Audi?
It was awesome.
We did all right. Our premise for Car Trek 11 was who could buy the coolest sports car for the credit they give you if your airline flight gets canceled, $1,500 or so, and then we took a road trip to the beach. I also recognized that a lot of my good friends had big birthdays to celebrate this year, and so we decided to all head out to AutoTempest, find cheap sports cars, and set up an itinerary of the greatest automotive birthday party we could dream up. And so we ended up with 40 people in 22 cars on the greatest car guy week-long road trip we could imagine. So after we left Caffeine and Octane Lanier Raceway, we went on to the Savoy Museum. Now my matte black LP640 Roadster was on display as part of a supercars exhibit that they did early this year. Later this year, the CL55 from the Cannonball record is going to join some other legendary Cannonball cars for a display there. After the Savoy, we went off to Birmingham and went to Midpond for some true road track racing. And again, these cars aren't built for much.
Is this gonna pass tech? We got like 7 house outlets back here. I gotta take all my JB Weld out, they told me. I can't do anything in the limo. I got all the racing helmets, thank you, Ed. 7 helmets, 7 boxes. I got the boxes for my roof rack, the dumpster across the street. I think I'm just gonna go there instead of the racetrack. Here we are.
We're taking a limousine around the racetrack. Oh my God, we're gonna die. What the heck? Holy
We're gonna die
crap.
twice.
I was not expecting this.
This thing is so much faster than I thought it would be.
It's actually fast.
But we had a blast, getting a little bit competitive, but having a ton of fun. We've got everything from a fire truck to a limousine to a smart car off-road beast, all the sorts of things that you could possibly buy for a ridiculous road trip like this, just designed to celebrate some amazing birthdays. After there, we went to Barber for the motorcycle museum and saw the whole collection, got a private tour of the basement and the fab shop and everything that they do there. A huge, huge special thanks to them for the hospitality. Then here, we're off to the Lane Museum, and then next is drag racing.
So we have, in this collection, we have 4 major themes. One of them is Tatra, the Czechoslovakian car maker. We have 20 Tatras in the collection. One of them is microcars, cars less than 400 cc's. We have about 75 microcars in the collection. BMW iZ is a very good example of a microcar. The third one is propeller-powered cars. Actually, we have bicycles, ice sleds, cars. We even have a propeller-powered canoe. We have about 20 propeller-powered vehicles here. And the last one is prototypes or one-of-a-kinds. We have about 40 cars here that are one-of-a-kinds.
And so this is the very first one brought into the U.S. That's why it's right-hand drive. In addition to that, it's in the Super Silver, but it's in, they cleared it several more times to really kind of bring the luster up for the auto show. But yeah, this is the first one. This is a Q50 with a GT-R powertrain. And so this was done in factory with the intention of launching it. So the VR38 twin turbo. Yeah, full carbon, panels. It's got a lot of carbon accentuating, the outside. But yeah, basically this was a design concept to launch this as an alternative to the actual GT-R in the lineup for Infiniti. So unfortunately, it didn't really make its way. But again, this was basically due to the fact that we were sponsoring Red Bull Racing. So hence the red and E-Rouge going back to the Belgium Grand Prix, all of that. So yeah, it's a really cool concept, but it's one of one.
Oh,
So this is the only one ever made, and we're super glad to have it.
Car Trek would never have begun and wouldn't exist today without AutoTempest. So right now, I want you to click the link in the description below to check out AutoTempest.com. Not just because they make Car Trek happen, not just because it's the best place to shop for your next car, because it combines all the results from all the major listing sites into one place, but because of this, they have just released my favorite new feature they've ever added to Autotempest.com. It's a price trends tool that allows you to see the historic listing prices for cars like the one you're looking at, to see how values are changing, going down, going up, and everything in between. It gives you more information to become the shrewdest negotiator possible as you embark on your car buying and car shopping journey. So check out Autotempest.com at the link in the description below right now to thank them for their support of VINwiki, of Car Trek, and to find your next car. Podium One Racing was so cool to see. They put on a great show there, but it's really their showroom because they are sold out of these six-figure sim rigs for like a year and a half or something like that. He was running down the celebrity clientele that they have fulfilled. It's amazing. I mean, it was like, Joe Rogan's got one and Tony Stewart's got one and all these people. It's like, how cool is that they have found this opportunity in the market to have these like turnkey, ready to rock rigs that are ready to go. So that is so cool. And I just got word that a car that was previously dead is alive again. That's what all this is about overcoming the challenges and experiencing great roads and great venues and great events without caring about the car. Normally, if you do this in a normal Honda, it's boring, which Doug chose to do, which I don't understand. You're doing some piece of junk like this, and you are going to have an adventure. We are in the middle of Tennessee at Fitzgerald Motorsports Park, and Blake Fitzgerald bought this track about 4 months ago. He's got an amazing YouTube channel that you should certainly subscribe to. I'll flash it up here and put it in the description. But he invited us out to test these hoopties on a drag strip. He has really transformed this place. Everything looks brand new, and it is ready to go. However, we just experienced some torrential Central Tennessee rainfall, so I have no idea how this is going to go, but we're going to have an awful lot of fun. How much faster his is than mine. Amazing what one that hasn't been driven into the ocean does. Wow. Granny shifted, not double clutching like I should. I don't think that was the issue. That grind into third, part of the issue. So here we are on Tail of the Dragon, 318 curves in 11 miles, and it is constant switchbacks, but fortunately, there's not much traffic. Now my car is hating its life right now because it doesn't like third gear. So it's really too low for second, at least as moist as the pavement is here. So I'm having to make it go in, which it doesn't love. But on curves like this, I could really use second. To me, broader, more sweeping turns make more sense on an actual road, but this road does live up to its reputation. We had a lovely stop at the 129 hub for dinner, and now we are headed east on Tail of the Dragon into North Carolina. I will be back here in September for an event that I can't talk about just yet, but I am so excited about in something much more exciting than this car. Of course, when you're leading a group like this of varied car abilities and varied driver abilities, you've got to be a little bit of a pace setter and keep things under control. They get the advantage of seeing when I brake and to see the behavior of my car in each corner, and so that can inform their braking and throttle decisions, which is helpful. I am by no means an expert on this road. Josh Vandegrift, who owns the 129 hub, is and leads dozens of events per year on here. Somebody went off there today. And every season, people die on this road, so it is something that has to be respected. Most people who die do so primarily because they cross the lines. If you do, you're able to maintain so much more speed that the next corner gets to be too complicated. But if you respect it and you drive like it's an actual road and not a racetrack, it is something that you can very much enjoy. The thing about the Dragon, though, is whenever it looks like the road is opening up and you may not have to immediately turn in the opposite direction again, you're wrong, because you are about to have to totally switch back. And so you don't really get those breaths that you get on a lot of other great driving roads. Now, as understeer prone as this car is, I do have to stay on top of it, because if I start plowing, I will be in the wrong lane, and there will be a motorcyclist right there.
Continue on US 129 South, entering North Carolina.
The URR app makes its maps available offline, which is perfect here because there is no cell signal, which is extra bad if you go off. And that's why they advise that you always come to Tail of the Dragon with a buddy. Because if I went off right there, I would need Cameron to let the rest of the world know, or they may never find me again. But the Bears would. We are in Highlands, North Carolina at the Highlands Motoring Festival. All the cars made it in late last night at a very dark, rainy, twisty drive, but they have generally survived, even with some of Doug Tabbitt's overnight shenanigans. But my car is drying out, the rest of them are starting to run well again, and we are going to head from here back down to the Atlanta area.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey, hey.
And so ends our automotive birthday extravaganza. We've exercised the cars in a variety of ways and ourselves in a variety of automotive disciplines, but I think we've all proven that hoopty cars can go a lot further than you ever might imagine. So I'm very grateful for the friendship of these guys They are the kind of people that make it worth growing old. It was so much fun giving my friends a car trek experience in this cheap car birthday extravaganza, but as you might have noticed, I have once again, as I tend to do, accumulated far too many cars, and so my plan is now to sell them off, no reserve, on Cars and Bids. My good friend Doug DeMuro started Cars and Bids a few years ago, and it is the most amazing enthusiast auction platform guys like us could ever dream of. And so between the Car Trek Bugatti T, the 99% depreciation SL500, the E350 wagon the app guys drove, honestly, my wife's GL63 needs to go. One of the two Diablo SVs has to leave. You know, I haven't even driven the Cannonball S55 in so long. I think it probably ought to go as well. And what I'm going to do is sell them all at the same time, no reserve, on Cars and Bids. So if you haven't already registered for Cars and Bids, sign up now at the link in the description below and stay tuned because the cars are coming very, very soon.